What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Today, going to be doing the Chicago Bulls. I'm pretty excited to use this team. I think this team honestly could be pretty good if I do say so myself. Obviously, Zach LaVine having one of the best years in real life right now, of his career. I mean, he's putting up unbelievable numbers, and I'm hoping we can kind of build around him today, and I think he can honestly be really solid for us. So, we take a look at this current team right now. Obviously, as I mentioned, LaVine's probably not going to be going anywhere throughout this entire video. Lauri Markkanen, I think, could progress pretty well. Sometimes he doesn't have the best stats here in 2K. Obviously, we'll address that when the time comes. Otto Porter probably won't be here. I'm not going to lie to you. I do want to get Patrick Williams literally as much playing time as possible. And that being said, we do have a log jam basically at the small forward spot right there. So I do obviously want to go ahead and use Patrick Williams, let him develop, hopefully, be our small forward for the entire video. Rest of this team, Wendell Carter Jr., I'm not extremely high on. I think he definitely could be good for us here. He's only 21 years old, so maybe I shouldn't, get too much on him. And then Kobe White, I'm hoping it can develop pretty well for us. So, the core of this team, honestly, is set right now. I mean, this Bulls team in real life, probably not a playoff team if we're being honest right now. But I definitely do think we can get there with maybe just a couple moves if we're being honest. So, before we do go any further, if you guys are new around here, please do make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 30K, and you guys have been absolutely killing it lately. Every single sub helps. If you guys can leave a like down below, let's see if we can get 200 likes in this video, and then comment any other video ideas down below. At this point in time, when you guys are seeing this video, I will already be back at school. And I should have one more video scheduled, one or two, maybe two, scheduled after this one for you guys to see, just because, I mentioned in my video yesterday, it's a little chaotic when I go right back to school, so I try to, schedule a couple in advance. So, but yeah, still feel free to comment any other video ideas, and then we're going to, hopefully get back to the grind once, we get everything settled there. So, with that being said, I definitely do have a couple trades to make, and I will see you guys with our first move. So our first trade right here is going to be coming with the Charlotte Hornets. Otto Porter straight up for Terry Rozier. Rozier is going to slide down to that backup point guard spot. Ultimately, Otto Porter was not there really wasn't a spot for him on this team, in my opinion, anymore. So Rozier is going to slide down to the backup point guard spot. Kobe White 1,000,000% will be starting, but he's definitely an upgrade over Satoransky. So I might try to move Thomas Satoransky right now, maybe just acquire a pick, and then I don't really need any other bench pieces. I could also throw Garrett Temple in a deal, but actually maybe not, just because, the money might be tough there. He's also making $10 million, so it's not as easy just to snap your fingers and go ahead and get a first-round pick for him. So I'm not really seeing anything right now, which is, kind of understandable. Kelly Oubre low-key, but I'm definitely not giving up a pick. So Satoransky will probably just come off the bench. Can I get a pick for, Garrett Temple? I mean, these guys ultimately really aren't just going to play for me, so I wouldn't mind maybe trying to get some picks for them, but yeah, it's not really looking like I'm getting much here. I mean, I'll keep going through the line a little bit right now. I'm pretty sure some people like Luke Cornett. I'm not really sure why. He might be okay, but yeah, not for me. So yeah, we're not getting anything. So I'm going to go ahead and set this rotation, and then I'll see you guys with the rotation. Wow. So your number one, this is how the rotation is going to look. Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Lauri Markkanen, and the Wendell Carter Jr. So no changes to the starting lineup. Actually, I guess maybe Otto Porter probably would have been starting, but I'm very happy with Patrick Williams. I'm hoping this dude can just be an absolute stud for us, but super young starting five right here. Kobe White, 20 years old. LaVine, 25. He's a little bit older. Patrick Williams, 19. Lauri Markkanen, 23. And Wendell Carter Jr., 21 years old. So, realistically, Markkanen's obviously a free agent at the end of this year. But other than that, we will have to get LaVine in the third season. But I really do like the way this team's looking right now. I think we definitely have a really solid core. And honestly, the bench is pretty solid as well. Terry Rozier going to be in here as our sixth man. Thad Young, Daniel Gafford, and then Chandler Hutchinson going to be getting those ninth and final minutes right there. And then honestly, the reserves aren't even that bad as well. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. I honestly think we could be anywhere from like a 5 seed to maybe like a 13 seed. I really don't know with 2K sometimes, but that's kind of the fun of it. I'll see you guys at the end of your number one. So we were definitely towards the bottom of the range that I thought we were going to be. We ended up being a 13 seed here in the Eastern Conference. Ultimately, this team was definitely not winning a championship, so I don't mind perhaps having a better pick. I'm pretty sure this team should have their first round pick. If they don't, it's going to bite me in the ass. But 25 in the power rankings, again, doesn't really matter. Giannis Antetokounmpo is your MVP. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Dude's fucking balling out in real life. Spencer Dinwiddie, 6th man. Giannis, also Defensive Player of the Year. Christian, wow, my God. For the first time ever, I think Chris Boucher did not win Most Improved in year number one. Wow. Christian Wood, Most Improved, definitely a top 1, 2, 3 candidate in real life. And Steve Nash, Coach of the Year for the Brooklyn Nets. So we're not in the playoffs. Again, not that big of a deal. We take a look at some numbers right now. LaVine had an unbelievable year for us. Very excited about him. Kobe White, Pat Williams, Lauri Markkanen. See, I feel like Lauri Markkanen should be, closer to around like 18 points, but yeah, we'll see. Wendell Carter Jr., absolutely perfect. If he's going to do a double-double, I have absolutely no reason to replace him throughout this video. He also led us in boards, and assist was Kobe White. So let's go ahead and sim these playoffs real quick before we do head into the first offseason of this video. Finals is going to be the Nets and the Lakers. That'd be a pretty fun finals in real life. Nets go on to win. James Harden does finally get a ring as they do beat the Lakers in 5. So we're going to head up to league meetings right now. Players are eligible. Is this not true? Like, isn't that how it works right now? Or I guess maybe it would be like 19 if you're counting college maybe after a year. I don't really know. And then we're just going to reject all these. I actually had a ton of fun when I did the all league meetings video. So we're currently projected pick number 6 right now. I'm obviously going to have to make a tough decision on what we end up doing with that. We end up falling to 7. It's actually not that big of a deal. Billy Donovan has some pretty good ratings here, so I don't really think I have to move on from him. You suck, Mo Cheeks. And then Noah Finley's fine, and then we're going to go ahead and, oh my God. No A trainer. Wow, I have never seen Randy Martin. I mean, obviously I know it doesn't matter B or B+. It's still 2 untapped potentials, or 2 training camps, whatever. But wow, Randy Martin, typically a B+ at the lowest. We're going to go ahead and sign some new assistant coaches right now. Peterson and then Otis Newman, my boys, literally the guys I always sign. Then Owen Masters, my guy as well. And that's funny. We can't afford him, but ready, watch this. And now we can afford him with the same exact contract. Ha, ha, ha. All right, we're up to the draft right now. As I mentioned, we do have the 7th overall pick. I would be interested in drafting somebody here, but ultimately I think our starting 5's kind of figured out. It's going to be a tough decision on what I ultimately want to do because I like this starting 5 right now. I really think we have potential. I just don't know if they're ready to win a championship within 3 years. That's always the tough part of these rebuilds, and that's when I piss people off, but it's ultimately fine. I just don't think no matter who I draft at 7, they're going to be able to contribute enough as, if I were to package it with a player and maybe trade the pick. So we're definitely going to have to make a tough decision, but whatever I do next, I'll obviously inform you guys, and I'll see you guys with that move. So we're just going to go for a straight upgrade at the point guard spot. I do like Kobe White a lot, but at the end of the day, I kind of got to make a decision. Is he going to be a championship point guard for me in the next 2 years? I don't know. It could be possible, and this might come back to bite me in the ass, but I think Ben Simmons would be a huge asset for me, so I'm not going to try to give up much more than this. I mean, I'm going to try to do it with second-round picks. I don't know if they're going to take it. I might have to give up at least one more first. I might also give up Chandler Hutchinson. I really wouldn't mind that. So they don't want to do that. How about if I throw in Hutchinson? Is that an option right there? I also could just give him Rozier, honestly. But let's try to do Hutchinson first. I don't do that. How about if I throw in Rozier? They agree to that. All right, Ben Simmons, welcome to the team. That's obviously a big upgrade for us. I think no matter which way you look at it, Ben Simmons is going to help this team. So you guys, it might not be the best trade in the world, but talent-wise, we definitely did get a lot better. So also Rozier wasn't staying here. So if that was a trick that you guys thought was going to happen, then no, he was not. So we're going to bring all these guys back, probably end up, moving the majority of them. So let's go ahead and make some trades, try to acquire a couple first-round picks. I like Thad Young a lot. Really just doesn't match up with the timeline here. He's almost making $15 million. So I'd probably rather maybe get a first-round pick for him, or maybe just even a bench piece. It really doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Like, Joe Harris could be good for me. Like, get some shooting off the bench. Could probably back up Patrick Williams, but then we do get rid of Chandler Hutchinson. I think I'm going to take Joe Harris. I think Joe Harris is obviously an upgrade there. So let's take Joe Harris. Welcome to the team. It means we're probably just going to have to go ahead. Like Arcidiacono, Satoransky, these guys are just going to get me picks. And then I honestly I'm going to trade all 3 of these guys for a first-round pick. Again, it might be, just underselling these assets, but I think first-round picks, you really can't undervalue those assets. So I'll see you guys with the next move after I trade all 3 of these guys. So we're in a free agency right now. I think it'd be a super fun, idea if we could maybe get Derrick Rose a championship here in Chicago. The fact that he's asking for $16 million is a little bit ridiculous. So that might be the one. Okay, so let me just renounce the rights here. That's a trade exception. I do not want to renounce the rights on Markkanen, obviously, for Derrick Rose. But hopefully Markkanen does not get a contract, and now he does. So now we're just going to have to go ahead and give him a max. And we're not going to do this, and we're not going to renounce this. And hopefully we go through one more day of getting Markkanen. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I get it. He's obviously a really nice young piece for, us. But he, like, for 11 offers he was good for us, but I don't know if he was like that good for us, but 11 offers. But yeah, Derrick Rose is going to come off the bench. He's probably going to regress a couple overalls, but ultimately I really do like the storyline, and him making $16 million is ridiculous. But at this point in time, I do need a backup power forward. Levine's not going to have a backup once again. Bielitsa, Myers, Leonard. There's never really any good power forwards here. It really is unfortunate. Like, I don't want to get Hernan Gomez again. I just feel like should I get Taj Gibson back in Chicago? Probably not. So who's the highest overall here? Like TJ McConnell. And then I'll probably just trade him for a backup power forward of some sort. Doesn't have to be anybody amazing. I'll do TJ McConnell, and ultimately I'll do a first-round pick here. I don't really want to give it much more than that. It's just a backup. Larry Nance. I got Larry Nance Jr. in the video the other day. Don't want to repeat myself. Derek Favors, I haven't gotten in a minute. We also get Oni, or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. So Favors going to slide down to that power forward spot, and he's going to go ahead and back up Lauri Markkanen. So this is the squad right now. I am excited about this team. Hopefully Patrick Williams can keep developing for us. He definitely will be starting over Joe Harris. So we definitely got a couple nice veteran pieces off the bench for us. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the rotation at the start of year number 2. So we're here at the start of year number 2 right now, and this is how the new and improved starting lineup's looking. I mean, I guess we really only changed one thing, but Ben Simmons is an obvious upgrade over Kobe White. Obviously, they're not very similar type of players, but I think production-wise and, wins-wise, I think we should hopefully improve. So Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Larry Markkinen, and Wendell Carter Jr. Is the starting 5 for us. I think the bench unit definitely got a little bit better. Derrick Rose, why is he wearing, who's wearing number 1 right now? Nobody. They just didn't want to give Derrick Rose number 1. I feel like I just have to change that. I'll change it after this. But D-Rose is going to be my 6 man here. Derek Favors, Joe Harris, and then Daniel Gafford. So the bench unit, obviously, 3 veterans right here, especially with the pretty young starting 5. It definitely is an upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and, change Derrick Rose's number, and then I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Year number 2 comes to a close here. We are first here in the Eastern Conference, first in the power rankings as well. You'll love to see it. First time in a long time that Luka Doncic doesn't win MVP in the second year. Also, why in the world is Nikola Jokic wearing number 54 instead of 15? I have zero idea, but that's life for you. Jalen Suggs, Rookie of the Year for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Really don't see that. We're switching up the awards today. I kind of like it. Precious Achiuwa, 6th Man of the Year. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year. That one remains the same. James Wiseman, Most Improved. That happens quite a bit. Stan Van's fat ass, Coach of the Year, even though, actually, never mind. I thought we won more games, but we did not. So, player stats in the year, LaVine absolutely balled out for us. So, you guys know me. I like to have at least 2 20-plus point per game guys, but if this team's going to have great production, I really don't care about that. Simmons, obviously, going to be what he is for us. I mean, the dude's, a rebound and an assist off of a triple-double. Pat Williams, Larry Markkinen's getting those numbers up. Good to see Derrick Rose off the bench looking really solid for us. Carter Jr. I mean, we're looking good right now. I'm really hoping to get Derrick Rose a championship here in Chicago. Hopefully he doesn't regress so much that, if we don't win one this year, that he can, hopefully, be here for us next year. But we will obviously cross that road when we get there. Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Onyeka Okongwu was the starting 5 for the 8-seed Atlanta Hawks. Who we have in the first round right now, we do end up going on to sweep them us in Toronto. McConnell, Van Vliet, and Anobi Siakam, and Montrezl Harrell made his way over from the Clippers, and we lose in 6. Son of a bitch. Celtics go on to win the finals. Jason Tatum is your finals MVP. God damn. Okay. I think just another year of development ultimately is probably what we probably need the most. I know I just said probably twice. We're not going to have a lottery pick here. That's fine by me. Kings are projected number 1. They actually end up with it. Good to see. You never really see that these days. So I might look, to go ahead and hire a new head coach, depending who's here. Steven Silas, Mike D'Antoni, Jacob Underwood, Frank Vogel. I might go ahead and try to sign Frank Vogel. I think Frank Vogel would be a great addition here. So Frank Vogel, welcome to Chicago. You're going to be our new head coach. Ultimately just had the best ratings. I think he's going to hopefully do pretty well for us. So we're up to the draft right now. We do have the 28th overall pick. I don't really need it. First round pick from the Celtics in the future. That's fine by me. So I apologize for not drafting anybody today. Derek Favors is going to decline that. Player option is going to enter free agency. Wendell Carter Jr., me, Oni. Just no thanks, man. So free agency now. Obviously, a pretty big year with Zach LaVine being a free agent as well. We need to make sure we do get him back because obviously he's a very key piece to this team for us. So same goes with Wendell Carter Jr. I'm actually not going to give him his qualifying offer just in case I end up trading him. I'm not positive I'm going to do that yet. I actually don't have bird rights on Favors, which was honestly not that weird, but I'm not going to announce the rights just in case the game glitches. So we're good here, and one more day we get LaVine back. Perfect, and now I'm going to go ahead and offer Wendell Carter Jr. He actually has another offer. It's from the Bucks. 1 year, $3 million. So hopefully he comes back on that. He's going to wait another day, and he accepts it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get Favors. No, I'm not, which kind of does make sense. So we're going to have to look for a new backup power forward. I do have to make a decision, though. If I want to make a trade with Wendell Carter Jr., Markkinen, I think I am kind of comfortable with Patrick Williams. Like, he's developing quite nicely for me, if we're being honest here. So that's not me saying Wendell Carter Jr. is not developing nicely. Same goes with Markkinen here, but we might have to make at least one trade. I'll see you guys with that possible move. So we're going to be doing this trade here with the Houston Rockets. I'm sure Bulls fans aren't going to love it. Wendell Carter Jr. Has been playing well for us. Moving power forward is the only reason 86 overall. But Christian Wood statistically has just been a lot better. Almost 17 and a half points, almost 13 boards. It's honestly kind of a no-brainer for me. So Christian Wood, welcome to the team. Going to probably be our new starting center. We also did just pick up Doug McDermott, so he might just slide and fill that backup power forward spot. And ultimately, this team is kind of all set. I mean, a great shooter off the bench for us, him and Joe Harris. Probably going to light it up. So that's the squad for now. I'm hoping Derrick Rose, again, doesn't regress too hard. We will ultimately have to make a decision, with that coming up this, beginning of next year. So ultimately, I just want to say this is probably the most money I've spent on a bench ever. $17 million, $18.5 million, like $9 million bucks. And then obviously Gafford doesn't really count against that. But yeah, it's a lot of money. That's probably the most I've ever spent on a bench. But this is the squad. I'll see you guys in the rotation at the start of the third and final year. Start of the third and final year right now. I'm super excited about this team. The young guys are developing quite nicely. I'm hoping Christian Wood can just be an absolute stud for us. So starting five is going to look like this. Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine remains our backcourt. It's a pretty dynamic backcourt. Obviously, both players are they're different, but like they're both stars. So I'm excited about that. Pat Williams, hopefully, can just continue developing nicely for us. I mean, 17, 5.5 last year at 21 years old. He was actually 20 last year, probably. There's no reason to trade that. Lowry Marketing and then Christian Wood. Bench unit, Derrick Rose going to remain as a sixth man. I really do want to get him a championship here, so hopefully we can get that to happen. Doug McDermott, Joe Harris, and then Daniel Gafford. So the bench unit, still 3 veterans and then a decently young player in Daniel Gafford. We just replaced, we replaced Favors with McDermott. So that is the squad. I will see you guys at the end of the third and final year. So we wrap up the third and final season here. Surprisingly, we were second in the Eastern Conference, first in the power rankings. All depends on the playoffs, man. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Victor is your Rookie of the Year. Precious Achiuwa. Oh, actually, that's actually not a bad replacement for Christian Wood. Precious Achiuwa is 6th man of the year once again. Giannis Stevens Player of the Year. Bol Most Improved. Brad Stevens Coach of the Year. Celtics go 6-3-19. We were 61-21. So Celtics are straight off of finals, man. It's going to be a tough one. Zach LaVine almost 30 points per game. This dude's a baller. Marketing getting those numbers up. I love to see it. Happy I didn't move him. Simmons, Christian Wood, Pat Williams, Derrick Rose. I really want to get D-Rose a championship here, man. I think it'd be super cool. So, first round here, we do have the Miami Heat. Obviously, not a bad team. Hero, Terrence Clark, Jimmy, DeMar DeFrozen. Interesting addition of Bam Adebayo. I don't know how well DeMar and Jimmy Butler would work next to each other, but whatever. We do end up beating them in 5. Moving on to Detroit here. Killian Hayes, Jalen Green, and the Walking Lesbian. They signed Kevin Durant. What the fuck? And Isaiah Stewart there. I don't know how Kevin Durant just magically made his way to Detroit, but whatever. Us and the Celtics here in the East Finals. Kyle Lowry. I would not like that as a Celtics fan, but whatever. And we sweep them. Us in Minnesota here in the NBA Finals. D'Lo, Edwards, McDaniels, Vanderbilt, and Cat. I tried to actually trade for Karl Anthony Towns, and I believe the first offseason. I didn't include it because, it didn't happen, obviously. But nonetheless, we do go on to win a championship. Zach LaVine, wow, what a series from him. Dude's a stud. All right, I'm happy we got Derrick Rose a championship here without technically even having an idea overall. Pretty crazy to see. But as always, if you guys did enjoy, leave a like down below. It does help out these videos a ton. If you guys are new, please do make sure to subscribe. And if you guys want to see any other video ideas, just comment them down below in the comment section. I am going to have 1 or 2 videos scheduled, but ultimately I'm going to get to every single video idea. So that about does it for me. I know I mentioned this at the beginning of this video probably a little bit, and I mentioned a lot more in detail at the beginning of yesterday's video, so you didn't check that out. If you want to, wonder what's going to happen when I go back to school, which you guys, I already will be back when the time you guys are seeing this. But yeah, so obviously, being a full-time college student, I have to worry about that. It's kind of a priority. Hopefully you guys understand that one. I'm going to try to do my best to get out as many videos as possible per week. Last semester I had 6 classes and I was literally, it sucked. It was like between 1 and 3 a week. Most of the time it was 1 or 2, which is sad to say, but I'm hoping to do around 3 or 4. I'm back to a normal schedule this semester. So yeah, I'm going to do my best, but hopefully you guys can understand that one. If you guys have questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on Twitter. So that about does it for me now. I do have a couple more videos to record right after this, so we're going to hopefully, get those done. But once again, thank you guys all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.